The Reports section in Teamwork Desk gives you an invaluable insight into how your customer support team are doing. You can see a stream of the activity from your team, you can get ticket analysis, see the time spent on tickets across your inboxes, see how effective your help docs are, and see how happy your customers are with your support system. So here we are in Teamwork Desk, and if we want to view our reports, we just need to go up here and select the Reports tab. So the first thing to note here is over on the right hand side, we can select a custom date range. So we can select a date range here and then compare it to another date range if we want to. So you can see here when we're selecting our date range, we can select a custom period, or we can have today, yesterday, the last 7 days, and so on. So let's just go with a custom period, and to pick our dates, we just have to select that date here, and then select whatever date we want in the calendar. And you can see once we've selected a date that our report page is dynamically updating. And if we want to compare our dates, this works similarly, so we can have a custom period, or we can choose not to compare, and then we can select the dates that we want. So I'm just going to go with do not compare here, so we can just look at the date range selected. Once we're happy, we just select update, and now our reports deal specifically with that date range. To the right of our date range here, you can see that we can select a filter. So you can see here that we can select specific inboxes if we want. So let's say that I only want the sales support, and support inbox. Similarly, we can also filter by tag, and you can select as many tags here as you like. Likewise with agents, so we can see our agents here, and we can show more agents here that we can choose from also. We can also filter by priority, so you can have low, medium, and high, and we can also filter by the status of the tickets. We have the option to filter by ticket sources also, and also ticket type. So now we can just save our filter. So in the pop-up window here, we need to give our filter a name, and we can see the inboxes here also, and we can easily remove any of these inboxes by just clicking the X icon next to their name. So let's just select Save Filter now. So now looking at the report section itself, our first tab here is the Overview tab. So you can see here that we have the customer happiness rating. So we see what percent was rated great, what percent was rated okay, and what percent was rated bad. Next, we can see the agent's performances. So we can see what percentage of the tickets have been answered by that agent. And over here, we can see the amount of replies they've made, how many tickets they've resolved, and their average customer happiness rating. Over here in volume and first response times, we get a graphical look at the replies in blue, tickets in green, and the time until first response in minutes in orange. And you can see that if we hover over any of these points here, we get the number of replies, tickets, and the time until first response for that date. We can also choose to hide our replies, tickets, or time until first response. So to do that, we just need to click on those options here. So let's say that we only want the replies. So we've now hidden the tickets and time until first response. And we can easily enable these again so that we can compare the results. And over on the right hand side here, we can see the number of replies, the number of tickets, the number of customers help, and the average time until first response. Moving on now, and you can see that we can also view tickets by channel. So we can see the ticket sources and how many tickets come from each source. So you can see here predominantly by email. We also have email manual, we have phone, docs, SMS, Teamwork Video, and Freshdesk. So this includes not only the default ticket sources, but also the sources that you have created manually. And we can also hover over any of the options here on the wheel to get information on that channel. Looking over here at tickets by status now, and we can see the number of tickets categorized by their status. So you can see we have their active tickets, closed, emergency, on hold, solved, and waiting on customer. And again, we can hover over any of these points to receive information on all of these statuses. And we can also hide these if we want to. So now we're just seeing the active, closed, emergency, and on hold tickets. So moving on from our overview tab, and we can also see the activity of all of our agents across our inboxes. So we can see the agent's name and their profile picture. We can see the action that they took. We can see the ticket number and the ticket title. And we can see the inbox that that ticket is part of. Moving on to the tickets tab now, and here we get all of our report information dealing specifically with tickets on Teamwork Desk. So again, we have our tickets activity graph here. So we can see the tickets by status, and over here we can see the total number of tickets, the number of new tickets, and our number of customers. Down here you can see a graphical representation of our typically busiest times of day. So you can see here on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. we've got a large amount of tickets here coming in. So maybe you want to bring in an extra person on a Tuesday to help speed up the process of going through all of these tickets. Moving on now, and you can see our most popular tags. So we can see the tag name, we can see the number of tickets that have this tag associated with them, and we can see the percentage value of that also. We also get a tags time series view, so we can see when these tagged tickets came in. So you can see that there was a decline in the number of VIP tickets, and then again a sharp rise. Down here we have the resolution time, so we get a graphical representation of it here, as well as being able to see how many tickets were resolved within certain time periods. We have our window of time, and we have the number of tickets solved within that window of time. We have a similar look here for the first response time. Rather than dealing with the amount of time it took for a ticket to be closed, this looks at the amount of time taken for a ticket to be in an inbox before an agent responds to that ticket. Down here we have the most expensive tickets. So you can see here that we have the ticket name, we have the thread count, we have the number of agents involved, and we have the resolution time. So our thread count is the number of responses or notes made by agents or responses from the customer until the ticket was resolved. Looking at the team tab now, so here we have a graphical overview of the number of customers helped, and then we can see the numeric data here. So we have 39 customers helped, we get the average resolution time, the average happiness rating, and the number of tickets solved. Here we can see a graphical view of the tickets assigned, so we can see the number of tickets graphed against our specified date range. We can also get a look at the number of average threads on a ticket across our specified date. And looking down here, we can see each team member's performance. So we can see the team member, the number of replies, the number of tickets solved, the number of customers helped, their resolution time, and their happiness score. Looking at the time tab now, so we can see the amount of time logged across our specified date range. And over on the right hand side, we can see the total time logged. We can see the average time logged per day, the total number of tickets where time was logged, and the total number of agents who logged time. Here again we can see the most expensive tickets. However, this time it's ordered by the amount of time spent on that ticket. So we can see the ticket number, we can see the customer involved, the amount of time spent, and the number of agents involved in that ticket. Similarly, we can also see the most expensive customers. So customers who've had the most amount of time spent with agents working on their tickets in total. So we can see the customer's name, the time spent, and again, the number of agents involved. So moving on from the time tab now, let's go to the help docs tab. So at the top here, we have our help doc usage insights. So we can see what percentage of our users chose to search or what percentage of our users chose to browse. We can also get a percentage of the success our customers found in using our help docs. So we can see how many found an answer in green. We can see how many ended up sending a support email and how many people failed to find an answer. So we can see that 17% found an answer when they were searching, 0% ended up sending an email, and 83% searched but could not find any articles. Over here we can see the number of unique visits to our help doc site. We can see the number of articles viewed per visit, the number of emails sent, the average session duration for a user on our help doc site, the number of new visitors to our help doc site, and the number of mobile users who viewed our help doc site. Here we can see the top articles viewed on our help doc site, so we can see the article name, the number of views, and the number of support requests created from that help doc. Here we see the top categories on our help doc site, so we can see the category name, the number of articles in that category, and the number of unique views for articles in that category. Here we can see the top failed searches. So these are the most commonly searched words or phrases which did not yield any results for customers in our help docs. And over here we have our top searches total. So regardless of whether they got their results or not, this displays the top searches used by our customers. And now moving on to the happiness tab. So we can view our happiness in a graphical display here, And we can also get the percentage rating of happiness from our customers. So we get the percentage that found our support system great, the percentage that found it okay, and the percentage that found it bad. And down here we can see our most recent happiness ratings. So we can search here by customer or by subject. We can also filter our ratings so we can see all of our ratings. We can see just the great ratings, just the okay, or just the bad. So we can see the customer name, we can see the ticket subject, the ticket number, the agent involved in the ticket, when this ticket was made, the happiness rating, and any additional comments that the user provided. And that's it. That's all you need to know to be able to use reports in teamwork projects.